So today we have the new Samsung Galaxy Watch 4. This is the classic variant. Samsung launched it in two variants and two sizes. One is the normal sporty one and one is the classic one. The sporty one doesn't get a rotating dial. This one has a rotating dial which looks good. I mean, this is one of the features that I really love about the watch because it's very cramped up on a small display to touch a lot of points and to scroll or something like that. So rotating bezel works phenomenally. I don't think Apple will add it ever in the watches, but it should. Like, this is a very useful feature, one of the best feature I think of the watch. Now moving on, let's talk about the design. This is a basic design Samsung watch that they have been carrying forward for very long. Two buttons on the side and a rotating bezel screen on the middle. Screen is phenomenal, as Samsung makes very good screen, so that has shown here also. Very good screen, the quality, everything is very good. It's circular dial. I have been using Apple Watch for a very long time now, so I think I'm a little, you might think that I'm a little biased towards Apple Watch, but trust me, use the ecosystem once, use Apple Watch with iPhone, with AirPods once, and then you will see what I'm talking about. So let's move on to the current review that we have. The build quality is good. Samsung makes good products, so that way it's a good build quality. One thing that I'd specifically like to point out is the health benefits of this. I mean, it's like Apple Watch does everything better, but Samsung does health better, like much better. This has one feature which captures if you are snoring at night. Let's say you are wearing the watch and you are someone who snores a lot and you want to check that whether you snore, or like how much is the intensity or whatnot. So for that you can wear the watch, keep your Samsung phone near you, it will record the audio. I have tested it on myself. Great feature, works very well. Other than that, this has lots of workout options. Some work phenomenally, some don't. One major thing that this year has changed is now, Google has and Samsung has finally joined hands to make Android smartwatch segment good, because they are not even in competition with Apple. It's like Apple owns almost all the market share of smartwatches. So they have joined hands and it's a fruitful collaboration between Google and Samsung. But mind you, this is through and through a Samsung watch. This is not an Android Wear that way. You will not get stock Android anything. This has everything Samsung wants and Samsung designed. So that way in the basic it is running an Android version like the Watch OS version, but on top it's a Galaxy skin, just like on phones. One thing that Samsung added this year is very useful, I think, is the body composition index, because like how much fat you have or how much water percentage you have in your body. For that they have added these two works as electrodes, and when you place your finger on these, you can wear the watch and calculate it. I haven't calculated the accuracy of that as of now, but I think it should be accurate enough. And imagining that it comes in a long like a big machine with handles that you hold straight and then you measure your body composition. But this is just a watch on your wrist, so that way it's good. It can do ECG and all basic features. It can track sleep, and I don't know, even before using smartwatches, I always like sleep tracking of Samsung more than Apple. So that is one thing that I really like about it, is the sleep tracking feature. Next thing, let's compare it with the Apple Watch. This is my Watch Series 6, little worn out because I have used it for 1 year. So comparing this in size, etc., I think it's a very subjective choice on which design you like. Like a lot of people who are above 40, I have seen that because they are so accustomed to a circular watch face that they are like, no, this doesn't look like a watch, this looks like a toy. In my personal opinion, I love the design. I love because this looks different. This looks like, because smartwatches are something that was not in the past, they are now, so it should be of a future thing. So new design, body, new everything, and it differentiates Apple from every other product that way. Other than that, I think if you are talking specifically about design, the circular watch face does look very familiar, because if I'm wearing the watch, and as I have also used watches in the circular face also in my childhood, so it's a little familiar that way. Talking about the software on the phone, as I told you guys, this has a Android version running, Wear OS version running underneath. So this has basic, like you can swipe from the down to check all the apps. You can swipe from the up to see the notifications, etc. And the settings, you can turn the dial on the left to see notifications also, and then you can turn the dial right to see all the favorite apps that you have added. So overall the functionality is good, but the issue is that as Samsung doesn't control everything in this ecosystem, like the phone, The base is still Android and on top of a Samsung skin. So a lot of basic features, like let's say if I have a Samsung watch on my hand and a Samsung phone in my pocket, there is very high probability that the watch won't ring, or it will ring later when a phone comes on my device. But with Apple, it's like I have never faced this issue when a call comes and it doesn't show on the watch. It's like it's instant. So that way also, plus I have a habit of turning on Bluetooth, turning off Bluetooth, turning on Wi-Fi. If you turn on Bluetooth or Wi-Fi on Android, it disconnects, which makes sense because it connects and communicates with the phone through Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. But on Apple, they have made a low power mode in which if you even turn on the Bluetooth or the Wi-Fi turn off, so it works the same way. It doesn't affect the working of the watch. So there I think is a not a major flaw, but for someone like me who likes to turn off things that are not in use, will be a little problematic, because I have had lots of issues. I've used this watch for 3 days, and I think for one whole day, what I did was disconnected my phone with the turned off Bluetooth, and whole day I was like, why I'm not getting any notification on my watch, but I was busy in something, so I couldn't check. In the evening I checked and I saw that my phone is disconnected and watch is also disconnected. So that is a problem for people like me. This has all the standard watch bands will work with this, so no issues there. The charging works like you can put the charger at the back and charges just like Apple Watch or most of the watches that you have seen. But if you compare it with watches in the Android segment, like we are comparing two things. We are comparing Apple, that is a different operating system, and Android, which is again a different operating system. But if you compare it with Android watches, I think this is the best Android smartwatch at the moment. So if you are in the market and you are in Android ecosystem and you want to get a watch, I think this is going to be a pretty decent investment that way, because I have used watches from Motorola and Fossil or one, I don't remember, a lot of watches, but those were good watches but not good smart watches. Like they were very good looking, etc. But this is a good smart watch. At the same time, good looking is a subjective opinion. This comes in 2 or 3 colors. You can check that on Samsung website. Other thing is the weight is, I don't know, because of circular, it feels a little bulky on your hand. This is the 46 mm. So it feels a little bulky and heavier on your hand. Apart from that, nothing major complaint in design from my side. So if you are into Android ecosystem and you want to get a watch, this one should be it. And budget is no bar, because this is a costly device. This costs approximately 30,000 plus. So one variant, the sporty one that comes, it costs a little lower, around 25-30,000 I think. So in my initial impressions, I think if you are invested in Android ecosystem a lot, you should get the watch, and this will work phenomenally well for you. So thank you so much for watching the video, guys. I hope you guys are at home and you are getting vaccinated, because that's the only way to end the pandemic and get to normal. So please stay safe, please stay at your home. Thank you so much for watching.